Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'm going to start where you left off on the issue of spectrum authority and just get your sense of what the harmful impact is to our economy, to our national security, to a whole range of issues because that authority has now lapsed. And if you could just provide your impressions about how we can best navigate a solution, which of course does need to come from Congress.
Thank you. The United States is a wireless leader. The smartphone started here. The application economy began on our shores. And we've powered this wireless revolution with spectrum. We've been able to take airwaves and repurpose them for new commercial use and hold commercial spectrum auctions. Those auctions have been a model for the world, and they've been lucrative for the United States Treasury. Like I just mentioned, we've raised $233 billion. But for the first time in 30 years, we don't have that authority. And this year's an especially important year because we are going to the World Radio Conference. That's a conference where global spectrum authorities gather every 4 years to discuss their plans for the wireless future. And in the United States, we now do not have the authority to hold commercial spectrum auctions, and we lack a commercial spectrum pipeline. So what I am concerned about is that the future won't look like the past, and our leadership is less secure than it should be.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Chair Rosenworcel. And just to my colleagues here, we've really got to resolve this. I mean, as you know, it expired in March, and we're just hurting our own country and our economy. So I hope we'll all figure out a way forward on this. If I could turn now to trying to connect all America to high-speed internet, and really ask you to focus on two programs that both you and I mentioned in our opening statements. One is the Affordable Connectivity Program. How many people are on it? How many people do you expect to join in the coming weeks? And what would be the consequences of Congress failing to provide additional funding for that program? And actually, I'll wait until you answer that one before I ask a second question.
All right, it gets complicated fast. The Affordable Connectivity Program is the largest broadband affordability effort in our nation's history. It is the byproduct of the bipartisan infrastructure law. The FCC runs it. It means low-income households in every state can get access to support for basic broadband service. It is helping 21 million households across the country get online and stay online. Right now, our best estimates is that the funding provided in that law will run out in April. And by April, we might have as many as 25 million households that are connected to this program. We have come so far, we can't stop now. We absolutely need another appropriation from Congress to continue the good work this program is doing. It has been of extraordinary benefit to people around the country who can now go to work, go to school, take health care appointments, and participate in their communities because they have reliable internet access.
Well, thank you. As you said, I think 24 million people, and in every state around the country. This would obviously be a huge blow to our effort to really connect people because physical connection is important, but if you can't afford it, it doesn't do you much good. On the homework gap issue, but as you indicated, during the pandemic, we put in place the Emergency Connectivity Fund. Those dedicated funds will expire at the end of this year. There was an emergency program, but we are hopeful that you will be able to adapt the E-rate program to make sure that we don't lose the ground we've gained and instead build upon that foundation. Can you talk about some of your ideas for doing that?
Sure. The E-rate program is a quiet powerhouse. Since 1996, we've been able to connect schools and libraries across the country to high-speed internet. We lead the world in our efforts to do so. And what we need to do now is update that program for the moment we're in. So I've proposed what I call Learn Without Limits, where we use the E-rate program and modernize it. For kids in rural America who spend lots of time on a school bus, we propose to use the E-rate program to develop Wi-Fi on wheels, to hook those school buses up to the school network so kids who spend time on those school buses can get some schoolwork done. I've been on buses in rural communities that have it. It's pretty dramatic. And those buses were funded by the Emergency Connectivity Fund, so we know it works. Now, the other part of Learn Without Limits is making sure every school library and library in this country has wireless hotspots to loan out. I think the E-rate program's well suited for doing both of those things, and in the process can help us solve that homework gap you and I have talked so much about.
Thank you, and we look forward to working with you on those initiatives. Senator Hagerty.